What's up, fam? It's me again. So today we're gonna be doing a little something different than what I typically do. One thing that I've realized is that a lot of people say they're getting into makeup brushes and they wanna know what works best and what brands I recommend and what brushes do what. So today I'm gonna be doing an eye makeup tutorial while also explaining why I'm using the brushes that I'm using and what they are for. And I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I absolutely love this palette. I just purchased it. The last tutorial I did on it was a mermaid eye look. It was a little more dramatic, not something you wear every day. So today I'm just gonna be trying to do an everyday eye makeup look with this palette, kind of a 2-in-1 special. And I'm also gonna be showing you guys the brushes that I use, basically explaining why it is that I'm using it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first part of your eye makeup, you want to do a transition shade. Now I use all Morphe brushes. You don't have to use Morphe brushes. This is kind of my collection is all Morphe brushes. So today I'm gonna start off with the Morphe R37 brush. So get a good look at it. This is a fluffier brush. This is great for your transition shade, which is what you are going to do first. Now the reason it's great is because it's rounded off, but it's a longer brush, which means you're gonna be able to kind of control where you put the product while also being able to blend it out because it's not super dense. Super dense brushes are for packing on color, whereas a more fluffier brush is always for blending. So you want a longer blending brush to use for your transition shade, and I will show you why. So I think for today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with this color right here, and I'm just gonna dab this on this brush, and I'm going to put this in my crease as my transition shade. Now as you can see, this is kind of blending it for me. And it's a lighter shade, so it's okay to be able to blend it towards your brow and kind of into you want kind of this to be a shade that goes from about here to here, but without being super dark. So that's why we call it a transition shade. It will help you blend your darker colors. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that and do this on this eye. I love, love, love this brush. This is kind of the first one I pick up every single time I do my makeup, because it's a longer, fluffier brush. Sometimes fluffier brushes tend to be a little bit shorter, but I love this brush because the longer bristles will get the color where you want it, but the shorter bristles around the longer bristles will actually help blend it while you are putting the color on your eye. So here we go. My hair behind my ear. So I'm just gonna deepen this color just a little bit more. Here we go. Just gonna pack this into my crease. So as you can see, it's already kind of blended out. There's no harsh lines. It's what I love, love, love about this brush. So this is the brush you need if you want to get Morphe brushes and you want kind of the whole collection. This is a great one to have. This is the R37 brush, and I will link these all in the description box below so you guys can go and pick them up for yourself. All right, so moving on, what I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna be taking a thinner blending brush. Don't mind me. Me and my fiance did a tutorial and he used some crazy colors on this brush and I've yet to wash it. So here we go. This is what this brush looks like. This is kind of a skinnier brush compared to the one we just used. It's a little bit longer. It's still kind of a loose, fluffy brush, but it's just a little bit more defined. This is going to help you put the darker colors in the crease without blending it like the other one did. So you want kind of a thinner brush for this step if you're gonna deepen your crease. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this color right here and I'm gonna pop it on the end of this brush. Now these colors for the Jaclyn Hill are very pigmented, so you definitely don't wanna use a lot of product at one time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna focus this on my crease. See how this is it's more defined than the other color because of how skinny it is. So this is definitely helping you get a more defined line while also blending. It's not super dense, so it still blends. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, so now that I have gotten that shade finished, I'm going to go in and put a shade in the outer corner. Now, I'm going to be using somewhat of a different brush for this. Let me see if I can find it. I have this whole little brush jar here, so look at this, a mug, but whatever. Same thing. So I'm going to go in I know you're here somewhere. Found it. Okay, so I am going in with the Morphe M33 brush. This brush is more of a round top brush. As you can see, it's not as tall and skinny, and the bristles go this way, up and down, which can help you pack on product but also blend as well. So what I'm going to be doing with this particular brush is I'm going to take this deep shade right here, and I'm going to be focusing right here. So what you're going to see me kind of pack it on and then start to blend it. So here we go. I changed my mind. I'm actually going to use this color right here. So I'm just going to pack this on to this portion of my eye, just kind of focusing it on the outer corner. And what I love about all these brushes is they are still blending brushes. Even though you use them for different things, they're kind of a looser brush, which means you can blend with them without any patchiness. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye, and like I said, I'm just kind of packing on the product first. Any kind of dark product that you're using on the outer corner like this, you just want to pack and then you want to blend. So I'm going to deepen that up just a little bit on both sides, focusing really on that outer corner. I'm going to be using the M441 brush. This brush is kind of like the first one that we used. This is more of a rounder top brush. You can see the bristles are kind of like the M433 brush. It's still round on the top, but it's just a little bit longer, which helps you blend into this area a little bit better than the M433 brush would have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking this shade right here, dabbing a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to be working it from the outer corner crease into the middle of the crease. Look at that. And while I'm doing this, I'm kind of in a circular motion. I am blending it into my crease, which is also blending out any harsh lines that might be created. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. It's a very pigmented color. I love this palette. It's so pigmented. The color payoff is so amazing, and there's almost zero fallout. So here we go. Just gonna blend a little bit more. I love Morphe's white-haired brushes. They pretty much are all you need. Now, if you want to be a little bit extra, which you are so entitled to be, girl, because makeup is makeup and you can buy as much as you want. So next, I'm going to be taking a really fluffy brush from Morphe. This is the M535. This is one of their dark-haired brushes, but as you can see, it's a little more fluffier and short, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of the first transition shade brush that we used. It's just a little bit shorter. And what I'm going to do is, this is a clean brush, I'm going to take, and without putting any product on it, I'm just going to blend out any harsh lines I have on the top. I love this brush for this because it's so fluffy. It's a great blending brush to blend out the harsh lines once you've already got the product applied to your eyes. So you can see already what that brush did. It had no product on it, but it was just fluffy enough to go ahead and blend out any lines that you had. So now for my lid, I'm actually going to pack some product on. I want to do a little bit of a shimmer, and the brush you want to use for that is a flat brush. This brush that I have actually is not from Morphe. I guess I lied. This is something I got out of a kit that I ordered off of Amazon. So this brush is just a flat brush. It's a little bit thinner, and you can really pack product on with a brush like this. That's pretty much all that I will use brushes like this for. They're not good for blending. They're not good for applying colors into the crease. These are really great for packing on product. So I'm actually going to start with this rose pink color here. I'm just gonna dab onto my brush, and I'm going to apply this to my lid where the lightest area is, basically where I haven't applied any makeup yet. Now, one thing I will say, which I don't typically do this, but I see a lot of beauty bloggers do it, and it does work. Sometimes I just skip the step because I don't have the time. But if you spritz your brush, this flat brush like this, with like a setting spray, it it will kind of wet the eyeshadow, which will make it stick to your eyelid a little bit better. But for today's sake, we are not going to do that. However, it is an option. And sometimes I do when I have time. Sometimes I don't have time. It's just one of those steps. It's kind of optional, but it will definitely help if you want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm still going to pack it on my lid, but I'm going to focus right where that darker shade transitions into that pink. It's kind of in the middle of my eyelid. And here we go. That is pretty much the end of the eyeshadow tutorial. However, I'm going to do my eyeliner and my mascara, and we will be right back. Alright, so I have just finished up my eyeliner and my mascara, and one thing I left out that I cannot believe I left out, and it's so important, what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you a trick and tip that will make your eyes look bigger. I'm going to be using one of my favorite brushes that I thought I did not need, I just didn't know, but I ordered it and it has been such a blessing. This is the M506 brush. This is a tiny little brush. It's very great for defining small areas, maybe a cut crease, and it's really, really great for your brow bone and under your eye on your lower lash line. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to drag this dark color right here, right under my eye from about this area to the middle of my eye. And I'm just going to use this little brush to do it. I'm going to take this dark shade too, and I'm just going to focus it right under the center of my eye. This is the one that we did on the outer corner earlier. And then I'm going to take this pink shade and I'm going to drag it kind of on the inner corner towards the middle of my eye. And then one last shade, I'm going to take this really pretty like pearl highlighting shade. I'm going to do it right in the corner of my eye. I'm going to apply it to my lid as well. Oh, I love this color. It's a perfect highlighting shade. So there you have it. That is the final look. Look at it, guys. We did this together, and I hope that this really helped as far as knowing what brushes work for what. Honestly, there's a lot more brushes that you could use during an eye makeup look, but for the basic everyday eye makeup look, kind of get ready with me. So I'm going to link those in the description box below so that you guys can go and pick those up. They're super inexpensive and you're going to be really glad that you did. Morphe brushes are great. I've heard a lot of people compare them to MAC and say they work just as well. So if you're looking for brushes that are a little less expensive than a high end brand, the Morphe brushes are the way to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it, comment below some ideas of what you want me to do next, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I put out new videos every Monday and every Thursday. So y'all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.